Today we need to talk, sis. Like, really talk. Because I'm about to call you out with so much love. But girl, someone needs to say this to you. Recovery isn't happening because you keep breaking promises to yourself. And I know that might sting, but if you've been listening to the show for a while, you know I'm not here to sugarcoat things. I'm here to help you find freedom. Because we're getting honest today and getting real and getting raw, we're going to talk about exactly what is keeping you stuck and what you can do to overcome it. Let's get to it. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsey Nichol, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess trapped in a destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it so you can start living your best life as your best self. Okay, so I'm starting this podcast recording again because I literally recorded the entire episode for you and it crashed during the editing process. So there's that. Super fun. But I guess the enemy just did not want me to share today's message, which means, of course, I had to re-record this for you because you need to hear it. So here's the truth bomb I need you to hear today. There are two types of people in this world, sis. Those with reasons and those with results. Let me say that again. Those with reasons and those with results. Which one are you? Because I'm willing to bet that right now you've got a whole list of reasons, right? Reasons why you can't eat more, reasons why you can't take a rest day, reasons why you can't order the sandwich instead of that salad. But sis, whether it's reasons why you can't be honest with your therapist or reasons why therapy hasn't worked for you yet, I want you to realize that reasons are keeping you trapped. Reasons why recovery has to wait. But here's what I need you to know. And I know this because you're listening to the show. You don't actually want reasons. You want results. You are a result producer. You want freedom. You want to live again and feel truly alive. And you want to show up for the people that you love without an eating disorder brain controlling every single thought and decision. So why aren't you getting those results? Well, today I'm going to teach you something that completely changed my own personal journey, and it's going to change yours too if you let it sink in. And this is the important part. We've got to allow it to sink in. Every time you say, I can't, what you really mean is I won't. Did that make you feel uncomfortable? Good. I can't eat breakfast today. No, you won't eat breakfast today. I can't take a rest day. No, you won't take a rest day. I can't order something different at the restaurant. No, you won't order something different. You might not even order anything at all. I can't be honest with my treatment team or my dietitian about what I'm really eating. No, you won't be. Do you feel the difference? Because there is a massive difference. When you say I can't, you get to play the victim. You're giving away your power. You're acting like recovery is something that is happening to you instead of something that you have control over. But when you say I won't, you're suddenly owning it. You're admitting that this is a choice. And by no means do I think that eating disorders are a choice. That's not what I mean here. What I mean is that you can either choose to act or you can choose to stay where you are. And if it's a choice, that means that, guess what? You get to make a different choice. A choice to act. Let me share something with you. There was a season in my own recovery journey where I desperately wanted to get better. Like I was so done and I was so tired of living the way I was living. I wanted to make better choices. I wanted to want to eat more. I wanted to rest. I wanted to go out with people that I loved and actually enjoy time with them instead of spiraling in my own head about every single bite that I took. But my actions, they didn't match my desires or my wants at all. I was still restricting. I was still choosing the safe salad every single time I went somewhere. I was still dragging myself to the gym on days my body was screaming for rest because the guilt was just too loud for me. And I was still lying. I was lying to my dietitian and my therapist because I was terrified of what the truth would mean and what changes would have to occur. And you know what I kept telling myself? I can't. I can't do what they're asking. I can't eat more. I can't. I'll gain weight. I can't rest. I'll lose all of my muscle. I can't be honest. The real reason was I thought it was going to make me change everything, and I was terrified of that. But the truth is that I wouldn't. I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't let go of control. I wouldn't trust the process. You see, my desires and my future wants, they didn't match my daily actions. And as long as that gap exists, I was going nowhere. And as long as this gap exists in your life, you will continue to go nowhere. You're spinning on that Peloton, literally going nowhere. And here's what finally clicked for me. I was tired of my own BS. Like, I was done with my own BS. I could smell it before it got around the corner. Did you know, friend, that eating disorders have the highest mortality rate of any mental illness? We're not talking about something small here. We're talking about life and death. Like, this isn't something that, oh, I'm just not sick enough and I'll deal with it later. No, you have to put yourself and prioritize your health first. And what I realized back then, I didn't want to surrender my control because I thought, like, if I do what they say, if I follow all of the things that everyone is wanting for me, will it work? I had all these like, what ifs it doesn't, right? But what I was scared of the most was that I didn't want to be a statistic. I didn't want my story to end with, she wanted to recover, but she never actually did it. She wanted to have a life free from this, but she always struggled. Because here's the thing, wanting recovery and doing recovery are two completely different things. And you can want it all day long. You can listen to every single podcast, you can read every single book, you can get a PhD in clinical psychology, follow every recovery account on Instagram, but if you're not keeping promises to yourself, you're not actually in recovery. You're just sitting around thinking about it. And I know that it sounds so harsh, but I need you to hear this with so much love. Brené Brown says this, you either walk inside your story and you own it, or you stand outside your story and you hustle for your worthiness. And that truly hit me as I was preparing for this episode. Because right now, friend, you're hustling. You are hustling for control. You're hustling to feel safe. You're hustling to stay small. You're hustling to avoid the very thing that's going to set you free. And really, it's just time to walk inside your story and own it. Own it. So let me get real with you for a second. I know you're scared. You're scared of weight gain. You're scared of the loss of control. You're scared just like I was scared. You're scared of disappointing yourself. You're scared that if you really commit to this thing and it doesn't work out for you, then what? What hope would you have left then? I get it. I've been there. I felt all of those feelings. But can I tell you something? Your fear is keeping you here. It's literally imprisoning you. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you're reinforcing the belief that you can't trust yourself, that you're not capable, that you're going to fail anyway. So why even try in the first place? And that voice, that noise living in between your ears, that's not you. That's the fear. That's the lies you've been believing for so long. And I know they feel real, but they're not. And you are capable of keeping promises. You are so strong. You can do the hard things. You are so worth showing up for. Not someday, not when you're ready, not when conditions are perfect, right now, in this moment. One of my favorite authors, James Clear, he wrote the book Atomic Habits. And because we're talking about habits and, momentum and like staying on it and choosing the action, I thought that this quote applied brilliantly. Every action that you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Let me ask you, are you voting for your best self? With your choices today, what type of person are you becoming? Are you becoming someone who lives in fear, debilitating overwhelm, someone who hides in isolation, someone who is playing small to stay small, someone who breaks promises? Or are you becoming someone who shows up? You are the boss of your future and you are driving the bus. Someone who keeps her word. Someone who does the hard thing just because she knows that her future depends on it. And can we talk about your family for a second? Because I know that's weighing on you. You want to be present with your kids. You want to have energy. to go and do the things, to laugh, to be with your spouse, to enjoy your life instead of just surviving it. You want your family to see you as somebody who is healthy, who is free, who is not obsessed with food in her body. But girl, they can't see what you're not modeling. And I know that one hurts too. But if you want your littles to grow up knowing how to nourish themselves, you have to do it first. If you want other people in your family to have a healthy relationship with food, you have to do the work to heal your relationship with food. If you want other people in your life to keep their promises and to show up for themselves, you have to model that and show them what that looks like. Your recovery, it isn't just about you. And I know we feel like it is just impacting us. This is impacting them too. And I'm not saying that to guilt you. I'm saying it because I believe in you. It can be your super fuel that you need to get out of this. I believe you have it in you to be the mom, the wife, the person you want to be, but you have to stop breaking promises to yourself. You have to stop saying, I can't, when what you really mean is I won't. And you have to get honest. Mel Robbins says that you are one decision away from a completely different life. One decision. Not 10, sis. Not 1,000, one. And that decision is this. Am I going to keep breaking promises to myself and continue to go through those habits and behaviors that are leading me into a nowhere land? Or am I going to start showing up? So here's what I want you to do today. I'm going to give you 2 challenges and I need you to do one. Just pick one. Not think about doing them, not save this episode and say that you're going to do it later. Pick an option and stick to it, okay? Challenge number 1 is the I won't awareness exercise. So for the next 24 hours, every single time that you catch yourself saying, I can't, I want you to pause, take a deep breath, give yourself a little bit of that grace, and then replace it with, I won't. I can't eat that. How about no, I won't eat that. I can't rest today. No, I won't rest today. I can't be honest right now. No, I won't be honest right now. And then I want you to see how that feels. Like, how does that sit with you? Notice the difference. Because when you can admit that this is a choice you're making to do the action or not do the action, suddenly you have the power to make a different choice. Okay, challenge number 2 is I want you to make one promise and keep it. Just one, not 10, not a complete recovery overhaul. Okay, we're not going through the coat closet and trying on everything and going, this is staying, this is a maybe, this is out. Maybe it's, I will eat breakfast tomorrow, even if it scares me. Just one thing. Maybe it's, I will take a rest day this week. Or I will order something different the next time I go to the restaurant. Or I will tell my therapist or my coach one thing I've been hiding. Whatever it is, make the promise, write it down, and do the dang thing. Because here is what I know about you. You're a doer. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you believe. And you are so worth showing up for because all your energy has just become so obsessed in this one direction. And it's time to turn it around because you get to prove it to yourself that you can. Not to me, not to your treatment team, not to your therapist, not to your family, but to you. You have to become someone who keeps promises to yourself. And friend, it started with, I am no longer going to be a statistic. That is what it started with for me. And listen, I know this was tough love today. And I'm not your coach because I'm nice. I'm your coach because I'm your biggest fan. And I'm going to rally behind you. And your biggest fan tells you the truth, even when it's hard to hear. You have everything you need. You have everything you need. You have support. You have somebody right now, I'm raising my hand even though you can't see me, telling you you have full permission. The only thing standing between you and freedom is you. So I want you to start focusing on keeping your promises and stop saying I can't when what you're really meaning is I won't. Sis, your family needs you and your future needs you. But most importantly, you need you because those with reasons, they stay stuck. But those with results, they change their lives. And sis, you're not average. And I hate to say that because we compete our entire life. But deep down, it's okay to not want to be average, and you're not either. But in order to get those results, you have to put in the reps, okay? And in this case, we're putting in the reps to do the opposite action. If you're ready to stop breaking promises and to start truly living, I have a couple one-on-one slots open. I want you to go out to herbestself.co and let's make this season right before the new year where everything changes for you. I'm also going to have the link in the show notes to the client application that you'll want to fill out. But until Friday, I want you to remember that you really can break the chains of this. And I believe in you more than you know. And it's time for you to go, I'm going to put this down. It's not that I can't, it's that I won't. And am I okay with being okay in that decision? Because to me, that's settling. And you're not a settler, right? You are a doer, you're a go-getter, you are a crush your goals type of person. And I believe that you can start here and you can take that as leverage to build momentum one step in front of the other. I hope this episode has given you some hype energy for your week. I love you, girl, and I'll talk to you on Friday. Bye for now. Hey, sis, before you go, I want you to come out to the Recovery Collective. We're a group of women who are really transparent in where everyone is in their recovery journey, and we're just in there holding each other. We have open arms, we have hugs, we have laughs, we have cries. You are going to want to get into this community support group, okay? We meet twice a month, and it is just a wonderful founding members club that we've got going on right now, and I would love for you to be a part of it. For the month of October, we are keeping our regular rate. So if you are listening to this in October of 2025, you can come in at $47 per month. That's it. That's less than $1.50 a day, actually. And you can be in our support group. I would absolutely love you to add this on to any other level of care that you're receiving, or if this is the only experience that you have in talking with other women about your recovery. I truly feel like you're going to benefit in so many ways. I cannot wait to see you there, friend. You can find more details and you can sign up right away at herbestself.co/recovery collective. Come out and hang out with us. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.